I just want to share this story about how I accidentally cured my blepharitis after suffering for 10 years with it. I had all the symptoms worse, the worst you can possibly imagine. It was not just in my eyes, it was in my eyebrows, in my hairline, in my nose, behind my ears eventually. Um, just seemed to keep spreading, and all I could do was maintain it. And I had lost 90% of my eyelashes. All I had was tiny, thin little baby hairs. I had to take products with me everywhere I went. I made a beeswax and olive oil salve that I had to put on several times a day. My skin was getting thicker. Um, it was awful. So my husband comes home with a prescription for his ear infection. He suffers from chronic ear infections. And a couple days of using it, he was bragging about how it worked so well and it cured his ear infection. It was completely gone just after a couple of days. So, knowing me, I seemed to just try and experiment with everything to see how it would react to my blepharitis. And I put this stuff on. I put the tiniest amount on too, just trying to test it out. Put it behind one of my ears. Um, Tiny little dab here, just kind of spread a tiny little bit, not in your eyes. And I started to feel like this deep itching, as if like my bone was just heating up and itching, very deep. That went away. It hasn't happened since the first time I used it, but I woke up the next morning and like more than half of my symptoms were gone, like the oozing and crusting and everything. So I put it on the other side, and the label says to put it on twice a day. So I did that for a couple days, and like I felt like just after 2-3 days, I felt like I was 100% cured, and it was just in the healing process, starting to like peel and everything. All the redness was gone, all the crusting was gone. Um, and I only had to use it a couple more times, really, to feel like it was 100% gone. And since then, I've only had to use tiny little dabs. And so I was so excited that this worked. And I decided to make my husband's doctor my doctor too. And I went to him and I told him how it had cured me. And, he was kind of surprised, because blepharitis is supposedly bacteria, right? And supposedly incurable. Well, I was really excited, and so he gave me my own prescription. And what it is, it's an antifungal and a steroid, and I'm going to show it to you now. This is what it is. And this first ingredient you will see in a lot of over-the-counter stuff for like ringworm, jock itch, athlete's foot, all those, fungal things. I think it's in dandruff shampoo too. And the second ingredient is the steroid. And I do know that we got to be careful with steroids. They can cause like tissue damage and stuff. But what was really exciting about this is how quickly it worked, and the tiniest amount that I had to use. There's no way I would finish this whole tube like the directions say to finish your entire prescription. No way. And it's been, I'd say, about 3 or 4 months now since I put this stuff on. Maybe longer. I wanted to be sure. I wanted to wait and make sure that it didn't come back before I shared this with anybody. So it's very exciting. I have been cured. My eyelashes have pretty much grown back. They're not as full as they used to be, but I look normal now. And I can wear a little bit of makeup. And so, yeah, I just wanted to get that word out there and let you know that I cured my blepharitis, and this is what I used. I hope this helps somebody else. Who knew blepharitis could be a fungus? Who knew? No doctor, not one doctor had that thought. So maybe I was misdiagnosed, but that's what they call it. They call it blepharitis. So, all right, I hope this helps somebody.